might have to dye my hair orange again. I'm obsessed with this wig. I have to remind myself though that even if I did dye my hair orange, this is not what my hair looks like. I have a 1/10 of the amount of hair that is on this wig. Maybe not even a 1/10. I wish. I did this makeup look pretty much for the wig and it was very fun. So keep watching to see it unfold. My skin has been so dry. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. It is lovely, but it is too expensive. When you guys do your makeup, do you wait in between steps? Like, do you do moisturizer and then wait and then do primer and then wait? Who has time to wait in between every step? I never did that when I was doing freelance makeup and I never seemed to have an issue. Just putting on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Perhaps you already knew that. I have a little bit of a foundation dilemma. This is my favorite formula right now, but it's a tiny bit dark because I'm so pale in the winter. This is my preferred foundation shade, but this formula is really quite dry and it's too dry for my skin right now. This is a KVD Good Apple Serum Foundation in Light 008, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in 3 Neutral, and I'm gonna mix them together and hope for the best. This one's not like too dark, just a little bit. I could probably just use a lighter shade of concealer and kind of even it out that way. But what if this is the best foundation mix ever and I'll never know unless I try it? I used my brush to mix it, so now there's a lot of product on there. I like the color. I did about even mix of both. I wish I had a sponge. Like, I have a sponge, but I don't have a sink. And I don't want to go upstairs and use the sink. Partially because I'm lazy. Actually, not really partially, just entirely. This foundation mix looks really nice on my cheeks and my chin and my nose, but it doesn't look great on my forehead. My forehead has the most texture of anywhere on my face. I don't even know how to explain the texture. It's dry and it's flaky, but it's not like flaky as in like there's actual flakes. It's like kind of scaly. Ew. Only when I put foundation on it. You can't really see that texture if there's nothing on my skin. And that's why I love the Charlotte Tilbury formula, because it doesn't enhance that texture, whereas the KVD one does. It's not terrible. I have to get like right up in my own face to see it. Concealing with the Pacifica concealer. Oh, I shaved my eyebrows off. Just half, just this part. I did it. I've been wanting to for a long time, but I was being a chicken because I didn't want to look weird on days where I didn't want to wear makeup. But I don't think it actually looks that weird. Like, did you even notice that half my eyebrow was missing? You might have. That's okay if you did. This brush is so good. I don't know what it is about this brush. It's so good for blending concealer. I should probably tell you what it is. It's from Melt Cosmetics and it's called Tapered Brighten, which could mean exactly what I'm using it for. I'm not entirely sure. There's probably a description on their website. It distributes the concealer in a way that keeps it super full coverage. It's really nice for applying foundation as well. I'm contouring with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. It looks so scary. It looks so dark when you first apply it. Then it blends out so nicely. It just like melts into your foundation. There is always a line between my contour and my hairline, no matter how much I try to get it right in there. It's just always there. I'm gonna contour my nose with powder once my face is set. I feel like I can be like a little bit more precise with it with powder. Make sure to always tap out any creases in your concealer before you set it with powder. You probably already know that, just in case you didn't know. And I'm using the Beauty setting powder in the shade 00 for a really super bright under eye with a puff. I'll also set under my contour with the puff because you can get real precise. But I'm not gonna let this bake for very long because it is so brightening that sometimes it's too harsh of a line. I'm just using a fluffy brush to pat it out. If you like to bake your makeup and sometimes you feel like you can't get it off and it's kind of stuck onto your foundation, if you dip your fluffy brush into a little bit of powder, it's easier to kind of sweep away the powder without pulling on your foundation. I don't set my entire face with a puff because this is faster. And I don't want a ton of powder pressed really anywhere except under my eyes and sometimes on my jaw. This is the KVD number 20 brush. It's a really good fluffy powder brush. I set the little lid full of powder down right on top of my phone. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, and now my phone screen is covered in powder. Lovely. My base is looking a little bit dry and a little bit powdery, but I do have faith that over time and with setting spray, it is going to absorb some of that powder and look okay, because it doesn't look that bad. I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows now, and I want them to match this beautiful wig. Annabelle's Wigs sent this to me, and it says AB178 #ginger. I love orange hair. I think it might be my favorite hair color ever. I don't think I have a super great orange liner, so I'm gonna use the Mehron Paradise palette. I'm gonna use this shade, maybe mix with the tiniest bit of this one. Let's see. I've never used a water activated liner in my brows, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. I think that's pretty good. And now that I have no brow, I can literally make it any shape I want to. How exciting. Still very tempting to shave off the whole thing. It's not my favorite eyebrow formula ever of all time, but to be fair, it's not really for eyebrows. I took a tiny bit of brown, and I'm just gonna put in some hair strokes on the end, because you can see the hair coming through on that part of the brow, and I want it to all look the same. I've never had orange eyebrows before. How cool. The Alice in Wonderland song just popped into my head when they're painting the roses red, except it was, I'm painting my eyebrows orange. I'm painting my eyebrows orange. I don't know what the next line would be. You guys can write it for me if you want. That will do. I'm gonna use the Melt Halloween Town palette and the Christmas Town palette because I want this shade. I can't tell if it's white or a little bit blue. Oh, it's not even a little bit blue. It's absolutely blue. It totally looks white in the palette. I was gonna put blue on top of it anyway, so it's a happy accident. As soon as I saw the orange wig, I knew I had to do a blue eye. I love putting opposite colors together. They're always the prettiest combos. And then for the rest of the eye look, I think I'm gonna use these 3 shades. Ooze, Shriek, and Ragdoll, starting with Ragdoll, the light blue. And I'm just gonna blend this into that really, really light blue shade. I can't get over how good this blue eyeshadow looks with an orange brow. I love it. Blue eyeshadow with orange blush, blue eyeshadow with orange lipstick. It just always works, don't you think? Now I'm gonna take the medium shade blue, and I'm gonna put this in the inner crease. Like that, and on the outer corner. I might actually not use that really deep color in the palette, because this is a bit darker than I thought it was gonna be. Just relaxing my eye to make sure some of that actually shows above the crease. And then just very slightly joining those together. I want this to come up a little bit higher to kind of match the eyebrow shape. Bring it out more too. Might as well be real bold. I don't think an eyeshadow shape has to match the brow shape, but sometimes it does look quite cool. That is a very pretty eyeshadow. That's the shade Shriek. And then blending those edges a little bit with the same shade on the smaller brush. I'm just gonna bring this down farther onto my lid and doing the same on the inner corner and leaving this blank. I was being really careful, but I have no fallout from that eyeshadow, which is very nice. I'm gonna take this light blue again with my finger. I'm gonna press that into the middle of the lid. I think I want shimmer in the middle. This is a Stone and Rock palette by Odens. I'm gonna use this one. It's called Frenzy. Ooh, that is very nice. I'm gonna take some of that really light blue white on a really little brush, and I'm gonna sharpen this inner corner shadow a little bit, and also just add some brightness here just to clean it up. And it also does kind of change the look a little bit. I really like this very light blue eyeshadow. I don't think I have anything like it in my other palettes. Using this itty bitty brush, I'm gonna take that deep blue and do the lower lash line doing kind of an inner corner wing with that shadow. I actually might just leave it at that. That looks kind of cool. And then again with that really light blue shade, I'm gonna bring that all the way down around that little eyeshadow wing we made. I love that. I'm gonna wanna do this all the time. And then with that medium blue, I'm just gonna blend this out a little bit. Now I'm gonna add some liquid liner. I'm gonna keep it really thin on the lid just because that's how I like it. I don't really think that this look needs any kind of wing. I think the eyeshadow is enough of a wing shape. I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara and then I'm gonna chop up a pair of lashes and stick little bits on because that's my favorite lash look. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes Mascara and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I haven't given it a good test run. I need to wear it without lashes and without a bunch of eyeshadow so I can actually have a good look. But I am on the hunt for a new favorite mascara once again. This one does look like it could be good. I just need to test it better. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with the lower lash situation. Chunk number 1. I'm gonna spread them out pretty far apart because it looks cool. Chunk number 2 and chunk number 3 is trying to look crazy. Chunk number 1 is trying to fall off. The chunk in the middle is looking a little too skinny, so I'm gonna stack another one on top of it. I'm okay with that. That's a cool looking lash. Does it need one more though? No. Now I have to try to make this one match this one, which wouldn't be super difficult if I would have paid attention to which piece of the lash I was putting in each spot, but I was not really paying attention. I'm not entirely sure if I'm done the eye yet, but I'm going to finish the rest of my face. I almost forgot to contour my nose. I'm just using the lightest shade from the Melt Sculpt stack. Just drawing a little rectangle on the tip of my nose. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. That looks cute. I'm gonna use Fairy Blush and I'm gonna use the shade Sunstone. It's so gorgeous. It's like the perfect peachy pink. I really wanna make an individual version of this shade. It has just proven to be more difficult than it should be and more expensive than it should be, but that's definitely the goal. It's so pretty. I actually haven't used it in a while because I've been using cream blush so much. I'm thinking maybe a brown lip. I'm just looking for a brown lip liner. I could not really find the shade I was looking for. I did find this. This is embarrassing. I have never known how to pronounce this word. I don't know if it's sepia or sepia, but that's what this is called. Oh, I love it. It's really pretty. I thought it was gonna be too light. I love this formula too. I think I'm gonna make my upper lip liner kind of pointy. Just softening it a little bit. I also found this while I was rummaging around in my lipstick basket. I know it's not really brown, which is what I said I was doing, but it's really pretty and I want to use it. It is kind of brown, taupey brown, and it matches this lip liner perfectly. I thought it was gonna be lighter. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna add a little bit of Hora, which is this really, really baby pink, just to give the lips some dimension. Always gotta add some beauty marks and a little bit of a glow. This is Flexitarian from Colourpop. Cause it's gorgeous. How are we feeling about Colourpop as a brand? Spill the tea for me. Also gonna add a few more freckles. Just using a brush and a bronzer shade that's too dark for me. Some setting spray. I think I'm gonna do nothing to the lower lash line. I don't know if that's weird, but I don't wanna ruin it and I like the way it is right now. I'm gonna put on my orange hair and I'll be right back. Do I need to dye my hair orange again? Are you kidding me? This is so pretty. I am in love with this wig. Wow. I knew that I was gonna like it, but I didn't think I was gonna like it this much. Do we like it better flipped over or center parted? I always wear my hair center parted. I like both ways because I love this hair. Now that I have the hair on, I feel like I need more blush, of course. I'm gonna add a little bit of Contortion from the Clown Blush palette. Yeah, that's better. I'm also gonna add a tiny bit of white in the center of my waterline. It feels like it just needs like a little something. I think that's it. I think this is our look. It's a little bit Jessica Rabbit, isn't it? Nothing wrong with that. Before I leave you, I must say that I will never mix those foundations ever again. It did not wear well throughout this video. Probably just gonna have to buy the Charlotte Tilbury in a lighter color. I wish I had this much hair. What a dream. I added one more thing, some elf ears. I feel like it really completes the look. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.